Well, I hadn't been in Peru very long before I took a trip. Just me and a guy in the church named Jesus, nicknamed Lobo Wolf. And that's kind of funny, I guess, because I don't think he lived much like Jesus. But at the time, I didn't know that. And he was on a preaching trip with me. And then I went with Julio Panduro, which was a missionary. That's translated July hardbread. It's whenever you translate names, of course, my name, Gardner, I'd always told him that's the guy who works the garden, the yard man. So we were in this town, and I am the only white guy in town, you know. It's a little pueblo, little town out in the boondocks. And I am there to preach the gospel, and I'm excited I get to do that. It's going to be a weird time. You got to bathe out of water that comes by in the irrigation ditch. No running water, no bathrooms. An outhouse up on top of the hill that we'd use to go to the bathroom. Uh, um, it's kind of funny the way the bathroom was built because it was short. In other words, like when you sat down, a normal Peruvian would be shorter than it had no top. Because in Peru, it doesn't really, most of the time, very little rain and very little bad weather. It's pretty steady in the part of Peru where we lived. And so I was in the city, I was in the town, and that night we were sleeping in an adobe brick house. That's a mud brick house with a dirt floor and a tin roof, and we were in two sleeping bags. And so we're out in the country, and I go to sleep, and I wake up during the middle of the night, and I have got to go to the bathroom. Of course, there's no bathroom anywhere nearby that you can go to, and there's not one in the house, so I'm going to have to go outside to urinate. And so I get up, and I slip my pants on, and I head towards the door, mud brick walls of a, what do you call it, tin roof, mud floor, dirt floor. And I get the door, and when I start to open the door, the dogs that belong to the owner come running at the door, barking like crazy because they don't understand what's going on and why I'm coming out. And I thought, oh my goodness, I got to go to the bathroom. But well, okay. So I went and I laid back down in the sleeping bag and said, I'll just wait till morning. Well, it wasn't long. The dogs woke everybody up. I mean, everybody's up. So the farmer comes out and all of his family come out. I'm not sure if they had guns, pitchforks, I don't know. But I heard them talking outside, and I was so embarrassed I didn't say a word. I mean, I hadn't been in Peru but a year, less than a year. And they were saying, somebody's trying to steal that missionary's truck. And they were all talking and discussing, and I'm just laying in that sleeping bag waiting for daylight so I can get out and go to the bathroom. Wild experiences when you live on the mission field, especially if you travel out and go out into different places. Now, knowing, if you know me at all, I enjoyed that. I had a good time, except not be able to go to the bathroom. I found that to be quite embarrassing. And if you can imagine, thank the Lord I didn't have to use that toilet, but if I'd have sat down, I could have waved at people because it was shorter than I was. And that next morning when I got up, there was no running water, so I wasn't going to bathe. And the Peruvians that went with me from Arequipa, they looked at me and they said, are you not going to take a bath? And I said, well, I don't know where I would take a bath. And they said, right here. So we basically, you kind of undress and not undress, and you kind of wash under your T-shirt and wash under your clothes. And they took cold water out and poured it on my freezing water out of the Andes Mountains. And we took a bath and finally got home. That was a weird trip for me. I don't know if you can understand what it's like to be in a place where you are just the only guy, nervous, brand new, scared. Now, my buddy Jesus never woke up. And the next morning, everybody's talking about it. Missionary, somebody was trying to steal your car. I never told him the truth. Never let him know, hey, it was all on me. I did it. I tried to get up and I tried to go to the bathroom. I just had waited it through. And, buddy, as soon as the sun came up, which it does real early in Peru, I opened those doors and found me a place to go to the bathroom. I would challenge you. Don't think you can't do it. It's exciting. It's a lot of fun to let God use you. I spoke, and I was the only thing going on in the whole little town. So the whole house was full of people from everywhere. And I gave the gospel, and people heard the gospel. I'm not sure if anybody believed or not. Some of them were seeing a white guy for the first time in their life. A lot of them were hearing the gospel. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'd love to go back and try it again. So I challenge you, surrender and do what God called you to do. Don't be afraid of it. Look for it. Look for what God has for you. And if you're liking the stories and you're enjoying what's going on here, subscribe and hit the like button and let me know you're watching and share it with somebody. And I would genuinely appreciate what you're doing to help me. Thank you and God bless you.